Hi there, Ken Larsen from Smart House Electric. A little how-to here on how to program our TanTime RU-DS, um, a wall timer from TanTime, and basically it has a lot of things in common with the original T-Max 3A timer, um, and it has a couple of advantages, and then it has one disadvantage to the T-Max manager, to the T-Max wall timer. And so let me go through that real quick and the connection points. Here we have our switch leg, our equivalent to a J3 contactor on the wall timer. That's what's going to turn on your tanning bed, and we have a power coming in here from our power supply, and here is if you want to hook up an external start. We got a 2 RJ22 communication lines, just like the 3A timer. So as you can see now, no wireless direct hookup to the antenna. So if you want to go wireless with this timer, you're gonna need what's called a T-Max G2 power injector, like this guy here. Other than that, it has all the same good features, plus a few more. A very durable piece of equipment here. The plates basically indestructible. The communication line and electronics very die-hard. And so how to program it, you hold down these two buttons and you see the four lines coming up. Now it's gonna boot, and we wait for 2 lines to come up. Then we do the pressing here with the 2 buttons again until it goes blank, and you saw it. So OP, that means that we're in the programming mode now. So it's a little fast, and it takes a little bit of getting used to, so you might want to watch this sequence of the video a couple of times before you're ready to jump out into it. So OP means operating mode, and that means that it has 3 different protocols, 3 different ways of communicating. It has its own TanTime protocol, which will be 0. Here you can see it's 1, and that means that it's in T-Max mode, and so that it can communicate with these good products here. And lastly, if we put it to number 2, it's in IntelliTan mode. By pressing the start-stop button, you skip to the next parameter, and with set time, you change the setting of that parameter. And you saw it said that it said AD. That means it's the address. So that's the room number that we're in now. And we saw that the first parameter OP was set to T-Max mode. So now let's program this to, let's fill in a blank there and set this as room number 5. We use our set time for that, and then we use start stop to get to the next parameter. PD, that's our delay time. So how much time are we giving the customer to get ready? But we can just keep it at the 3 minutes. And so again, start stop gets us on to the next parameter, SL, and that is our maximum session time, which is very interesting. So on this timer here, we're actually able to change the max time. So you can buy this timer with the set amount of minutes that you want. Once you have it, you're able to decrease it. So as a technician, you can actually buy a 30-minute unit like this one. I bought a 30-minute unit, and here, so I'm able to create any amount of minute that I want. So let's say we want a 15-minute timer. That's it. It is now a 15-minute max timer. And so next parameter here, we just saw briefly, it said CD, and that is our cooldown time, so that it will show at the end of the session that the timer is cooling down. And let's go on to the next parameter, small r, and or lowercase r, and it's set to 0. That means that the bed starts automatically after delay time, but you can also have that it doesn't start after and it will just start counting down if you put it to 1. And so capital P, when it's that is the pause mode. So if your timer, you want it to count up even though people have paused the session. And so 1 would be when the session is paused, the timer will stop counting. So at this point here, it is when a session is paused, it will continue to count down. And then on to, again, with start stop, we go to our next, and that was CB, and that is our clean room function, and that's activated. And let's see here, and CC is our clean clear. That is, if this one is 1, then you will have to press and hold the button for 4 seconds to clear. So let's change that so that it's an instantaneous push by the button in order to clear it from clean room, from dirty. And so when we hit this, that was the last parameter. So now it's going to reboot, and voila. Okay, so let's tie that into our already existing network here. And that was room number 5. We'll just click that in right here into our network. And so now all you got to do is just restart your Tmax manager. Look at that. We have a room number 5. It's gonna scan 3 times. Let's put some time on. And here we go. And let's press. And so really not really much of a difference to see here. It is a more durable product. It is versatile. You can change the max time to whatever you like it to be. So you only, and as you saw, it had 3 different protocols. See here, delay and session. I forgot to introduce those. When you're on delay, the LED will be showing here, and you can see the amount of minutes showing there. Once it's in session, it will shift to that LED, and that time will be represented. Once in clean room or in the dirty mode, as you can see here on our Tmax manager, is that it's indicating that it's dirty. And the way that the TanTime timer shows is that it has no display reading, and both of these LEDs are lit. To clear it, you press set time. And so if in the last, if you remember in the programming, that we could put that feature, the clean clear, which was the last one that said CC. You could change that to you have to hold it down for 4 seconds. Um, it's a possibility. So let's say that we change our mind. We want it to be room number 6, and so as you know, or if you have experienced this, is that when you have a T-Max wall timer on the wall, now if you have to change the room number on the timer, you would have to unscrew all the 4 screws, get the timer off, disconnect the daisy chain, and that also means that now all the bits that's connected to that timer wire-wise and thereon down the line is going to be disconnected from the network. And besides that, you will need to reset the timer. You will have to disconnect the power from that timer and turn it back on, and now you can program. And so this is something that can really interrupt how the tanning salon is operating at a moment, and particularly if it's busy in busy season. So this guy here is a little bit easier. I'll say it's actually a lot easier to deal with, because all you have to do is hold down the set button and it will start rebooting after a while, and we're just waiting for the 2 lines to hit the 2 lines here until it goes blank, and boom, we're in OP, operating parameters. So we lost communication now, but that's okay. It's a lot better than disconnecting the entire chain. As you can see here, now it's rebooting. And we're back to communicating. So in the meantime, as you're in programming mode, it is not able to communicate outside. So you are disconnecting the communication part of this timer, but you're not breaching the network. So we wanted to move it though. So let's do it again, just so you can see. So we hold down the set button, just keep holding it down until it starts rebooting. Takes a little while. Here we go. And wait for the 2 lines. Here we go. And until it goes blank. And here we go. OP. And so when we hit the start stop button the first time, we're going to get into the addressing mode. Right here. And that was 5. We wanted number 6. So that was just with set time. And now we have to go through the parameters all the way to the end so that it reboots. So you see, you don't have to remove this timer from power or network. It will just automatically, or you can just program it anyway. So now we have programmed it to number 6, so it's going to keep on squealing. But just so you can see, let's see here and rescan this manager. So you can see now we have a room number 6. And there you go. And another feature, lastly, I want to tell you, is that if you hit one of these buttons here to for example, set time, like if you think it was a standalone timer, just to check, it says OL, which means
online. So it's telling you that it's on the network and it's communicating with something else. And so that's all I have to say about the TanTime RU-DS. Hope this was helpful and a very interesting product. If you have any comments, please do and subscribe, and I'll be back with more. Thank you for watching.